Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on the latest eyeshadow palette released by Urban Decay, which is called the Moondust palette. Now, to be fair, even though I'm filming this, it is August, it is part of their fall collection, therefore the colours reflect that time of the year. You don't have your bright summery sort of shades, you've got your quite deep, almost smoky sort of shades. Now I'll be honest with you, I've never actually used any of the Moondust eyeshadows which you can buy as singles from Urban Decay, so I don't really have anything to compare it to as that. So I am just going to be blindly going off just this palette on its own. So it retails in at 35 English pounds. It's probably 40 something dollars in America. I got mine direct from Urban Decay's UK website when it came out, and it came with a free sample size primer potion, which I love because I always use the primer potions, and to be honest, their samples go a really long way because you only need to use like a really tiny amount. And then the box that it comes in looks like this. It's reflective, moon dusty, if that makes sense. Like planetary, galaxy type packaging. Oh my god, I've described it so badly. You get what I mean. It's all holographic and very out of this world. And then the back looks like that with the usual description and then an example of some of the shades underneath. And the reason that this was launched is to coincide with Urban Decay being around as a brand for 20 years, which is why it says UDXX on the side. And what it says is, oh, it says it here. We hit the big 2-0 and we're in the mood to party. Bring on the Moondust. Inside you'll find 8 new shades, including, okay, let's listed out some of the shades. These ultra sophisticated shadows contain microfine bits of iridescent sparkle and lush 3D metallics for an effect that's out of this world. Tip: we recommend applying Moondust with your fingers for extra intense payout. Apply it wet and blend out the edges with a dry brush. And then on the opposite side, it is exactly the same thing written but in French for our French speaking friends out there. And then this is what the palette itself looks like. Very durable, hard plastic, which is typical of Urban Decay. They never scrimp when it comes to their packaging. And it feels like it's gritty, but not like it's going to damage your fingers kind of gritty. It's just to kind of give that moon dust type of texture. How thick it is. Please excuse the fact that I have actually used this before I've done my review. I've done a makeup tutorial using this eyeshadow palette on my eyes, which I will link at some point below, or you guys will see it. Or alternatively, follow me on Instagram where you will see me wearing it. As it's something which is quite new and I don't like to waste money. Even if it's something that I don't really like that much, I still try to get as much use of it out as possible. So that is why this is a little bit dirty. So as you can see, there are 8 shimmery shades. Eyeshadows full of glitter is what these are in a nutshell. And then you've got a pretty decent mirror, which I do like Urban Decay's mirrors. They're very big and they don't distort images. So it's very easy and handy for when you're on the go, especially if you're somebody like me who goes to the gym quite a lot. And I tend to go before work. If you follow me on Snapchat, you already know all this stuff. Yeah, so something like this comes in really handy for me to throw into my gym bag, and then I can get ready quickly in the morning as well without having to faff around with singles. So in that respect, yes, it is something quite handy. It'll be great for people who are looking for their sparkly, glittery kind of party looks and that sort of thing. Now, out of all of these shades, I've used 5 out of the 8 shades, so I've used most of them. Now, some of them are better than others, I have to admit, but the one problem that I have noticed with every single one of these shadows is the extreme amount of fallout that you get with them. And it's not even the shadow, it's the glitter. The glitter, even just filming this makeup tutorial, I managed to get glitter in my hair, all over my top, all over my bottoms, on the floor, in my eyebrows, even on my fake eyelashes. And I have noticed as well that the one that I'm wearing on my lower lash line, which is the green one, has now started to travel downwards, which is not cute. And the thing is, because I knew that there was a lot of fallout from the first time that I used this, I actually did my eye makeup first and put on my concealer and foundation afterwards. So it's not even a matter of I'm carrying over fallout from my eyeshadow because I put my foundation and stuff on first. This is after I have applied my concealer and foundation. The first time that I used this, I had glitter all over my face before I went to work. And I'd only used one shadow, which was the purple one. And I even showed my friend and she was like, I can't see it. And I was like, look up close. She was like, okay. Yeah, it blended into my foundation and my concealer, and it's just, it's not what you want. I want an eyeshadow to stay on the eyes. I don't want it to slip down. And I had applied it with a brush because to me it's an eyeshadow palette. I know that they say you can apply it with your finger, but what if I don't want to apply it with my finger? I want to apply it with an eyeshadow brush, so why can't I do that? But because the particles are so fine, they literally just fly off the brush and just attach themselves to everything and anything which is in a certain distance from you, which is not great. Now, some of these are sheerer than others, and again, that is a shame. To me, the way that I can describe this is eyeshadow, which is mixed with glitter. So you almost get like that base shade, which is, for example, which one shall I say? I'll say this one here, Galaxy. Galaxy is this bluish black one that I'm using. It's a greenish blue, and I'm using it on my inner and outer lid. And it's got a dark base shade, which you can see, and then the glitter kind of sits over the top. So this first one here, this baby pink, is called Spectre. And this is one of the sheerer ones. That is one swipe. As you can see, it is a baby pink with flecks of pink and gold in it. Very, very sheer. You would have to layer this a lot, and in layering it you will kick up a lot of fallout, which is a shame. I actually applied that to my tear duct today, and I applied it wet with some Fix Plus. That was the only way that I was going to actually show up some sort of colour. Otherwise it would literally be me applying it and on top of applying it and on top of applying it, and the only thing I'm really doing is building up glitter on my face, which is eventually going to fall away into other places. This shade here is called Element. This is definitely one of my more favourite shades out of the palette due to how unique it is as a shade. It's like a mixture of pink, orange and gold. So it's almost like a really duochrome-y sort of shadow. This one is not as sheer as the one next to it, but I can still see my lid through it, unfortunately. And that's what I'm wearing on my lid today. So I can say that with quite confidence that I applied a few layers and I could still see my lid underneath, which I don't want for an eyeshadow. It doesn't matter if it's got glitter in it or not. This shade here is called Magnetic, and this one is a beautiful lavendery purple, and it's got purple and pale blue glitter pigments in it. Really nice colour, but again, the fallout was intense and it was not as opaque as I would have liked. I wore this on my lid the other day and I had to layer it a lot, and it also fell all over my face at the same time. This shade here is called Light Year, and this one is a bright green, and it's got green and blue glitter pigments in it. This one I found to be quite pigmented. This one wasn't as sheer as the rest of them as well. However, the fallout from this again is quite intense, and that is the shade that I'm wearing on my my lower lash line, which is why, and I've not put a base or anything underneath it, so I found that the colour was quite intense. However, like I've said, since I've started filming, I've had this eye makeup on for about an hour or so. It is starting to move down, which is not what I want. This shade here is called Granite, and this one is a dark grey with silver glitter particles. This one is quite intense in colour, a lot like the green one. It's not as sheer as the rest of them, which is great. What the hell was that outside my house? What have I told you guys about people on my street? They drive like maniacs. That was somebody's wheels screeching to a halt. There's always accidents on my road. These people outside that live on my road are just insane. Alright, they drive like nutters. I've had my wing mirror knocked off twice since living here. I've lived here for over 20 years, by the way. Idiots. Sorry about that. Let's get back to the makeup. This shade here is called Lithium. And this one is like a taupey gold. It's not quite completely gold. It's more of a taupe, definitely, with silvery golden particles in it. This one, again, is fairly intense. It's not as sheer as some of the other ones. So you will be able to build up the colour. But again, the fallout will be the same as it is for everything else. This shade here is called Vega. And this one is a beautiful blue shade with lots of blue and purpley particles of glitter in it. But again, it doesn't appear to be as intense as the others. And because it is a blue shade, you will need to build it up quite a bit to get a fair bit of intensity on your lid. And then last but not least, the shade on the end, which is called Galaxy. This one is a deep bluish green with bluish green and a little bit of purple particles of glitter in it. This one is fairly pigmented like a lot of these other two on the end. So that's it for the swatches of the new Moondust palette by Urban Decay. Not sure what your thoughts are of this. I'd probably give this about a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's dreadful, but I don't think it's great at all, and it is messy. That's the thing. When you're in a hurry in the morning, you want to get ready quickly, you want to wear a little bit of glitter because it's Friday, fancy going out after work, whatever it is. Do you really want to be faffing around with glitter dropping down all your entire face throughout the day? That by the time you've left your home, at whatever time it is, you've worked an 8-hour shift, you're going out in the evening with your friends to dinner, go see a film, whatever it is. By the time you've met them, half your face is like your glitter is all down there. Who got time for that? Who's got time to be tidying it up as well? Not me. So, I would say that I'm not that impressed with it. I think it's okay, and I will get my fair share of use out of it. None of these shades other than Spectre can be used on the tear duct, by the way. I tried using Granite and Lithium. They're just too dark. The glitter, you got to remember, is on the top. The eyeshadow is underneath, and these are both quite dark shades. But again, this is a fall stroke winter palette, so you will get some good use out of it in terms of going for party looks and that sort of thing. Maybe applying it with your finger may be the better option than using a brush, because brush has bristles and it's the bristles fluffing around that can cause all the product to fly around. However, at some point throughout the day it will still start to drop down on its own, so that's just something to bear in mind. So yeah, so it's up to you what you guys think. Are you going to buy it? You're not going to buy it? You're going to try it anyway? You like glitter? You don't like glitter? I mean, there's not a lot of brands out there that can do glitter shades really, really well. One brand that does it amazingly is Colourpop. Colourpop's metallic eyeshadows, even though they're jam-packed full of glitter, not one single particle ever comes off and lands anywhere else on my face. That is a good brand that knows how to do glitter eyeshadows. Unfortunately, Urban Decay have kind of flopped a little bit on this one. So let's see what else. I mean, they are fairly easy to blend, but it can be difficult to tell whether your blending is any good because there's glitter all over the place, and the glitter can sometimes be hiding the eyeshadow, which needs to be kind of blended out nicely. So again, that is something to bear in mind. But yeah, other than that, not really much else I can say. What do you guys think? Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I hope you're all great. And what else? Oh, my lipstick is Back Talk by Urban Decay, because this is pretty much an Urban Decay makeup look that I've got going on my face. I'll link my Instagram post to it below so you can see the breakdown of every single thing that I used. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!